Put your hands on the car.
No, I ain't doing nothing.
Stop.
Or doing nothing. Right. No.
Stop running. Stop running.
Alright, I need to search
Right.
you, so get out of the car.
Shit, I don't give no f about that. Cause y'all was that's why. Shit.
Okay, face that way.
Do hurry up.
Alright, face the car.
Uh-huh.
Do you have anything on you?
No, nah. Just these motherfuckers. Right.
Stop running. Stop running. This woman is running from the police, and she says she's innocent. Look, most people, when they're innocent, cooperate with police. But this woman had a different idea. Police say stop. She runs. Police say, show me your hands. She moves toward her car. Police say you're being detained. She resists. And then she asks, what I do? What I do? Here's the biggest twist in this video. This woman didn't have a weapon. There was no gun. The threat was false. She was technically innocent. But in 60 seconds, she did something that made her not innocent anymore. Now she's a criminal. Legally. Because in America, in any country, there's one law everyone needs to understand. Resisting arrest is a crime, even if the original arrest was wrong. This woman went to prove her innocence. But she left as guilty, and all of this happened in just 60 seconds. Let's see how a woman turned a simple traffic stop into her worst nightmare. Before I continue, let me ask you this. Have you ever made a choice in 60 seconds that changed everything? Drop your answer in the comments. November 13th, 2024. 2:47 in the afternoon. Dispatch receives a 911 call. The caller reports a woman threatened someone. The key claim: the suspect allegedly has a gun. Near a hospital area. Officers get a vehicle description. Now here's what you need to know. When a weapon is reported, police protocol changes completely. Officers must assume the worst case. Statistics show that 47% of officer deaths involve firearms. High-risk stops require distance, cover, and clear commands. Public safety becomes the top concern. What police knew going in? They had a physical description. Vehicle make, model, and color. Alleged threat level was armed and dangerous. They knew the location to stop her. What police didn't know? Whether the weapon claim was true, the suspect's mental state, her background, whether she would comply or resist, that a false alarm would lead to real charges. The suspect's background: adult female, no violent criminal history on record. A normal traffic stop should resolve this quickly, but nothing about this stop would be normal. Officers spot the matching vehicle. They position their patrol cars. Bodycam footage begins. One officer radios, "You want to walk up on them or wait?" They decide on a high-risk approach from distance. The area is busy, civilians nearby. Daylight, good visibility. Multiple officers for safety. This is routine until it's not. In the next 30 seconds, officers would make first contact. In 60 seconds, this woman's life would change forever. And it all starts with one simple command that she should have followed. But wait, there's more to this. The officer approaches from a safe distance. First command: driver, turn off the vehicle. She complies. Engine shuts off. Second command: put your hands outside the window. Partial compliance. Hands briefly visible. This is textbook so far. If she continues, everyone goes home safely in 5 minutes. Officer's tone is firm but not aggressive. Standard high-risk stop procedure. Then comes the shift. Open the door from the outside. She hesitates. Body language changes. Officers repeat the command clearly. She says something. Can't hear it. But this is the first red flag. Hesitation during a weapon stop is dangerous. Officers must wonder, is she reaching for something? Tension level goes up. Show me your hands. Repeated multiple times. Woman's hands go up, then down, then partially up. Put your hands in the air. Command gets more urgent. She appears to be talking, questioning. Is this confusion, fear, or planned resistance? Body language experts would notice the lack of smooth compliance. Officers can't tell her intent. They must prepare for the worst. Now comes the critical command. Walk backwards towards me with your hands in the air. She does not walk backwards. Instead, she moves toward the vehicle. Officer's voice escalates. Don't go in the car. Do not go in the car. She continues toward the car door. This is the moment. This is where everything changes. Officers now believe she's going for a weapon. Their training kicks in. Prepare for armed confrontation. She reaches into or toward the vehicle. Officers cannot see her hands clearly. Risk assessment says potential weapon access. Command changes to emergency tone. Walk backwards towards me now. She still doesn't comply fully. Then instead of walking toward officers with hands up, she suddenly bolts. She runs away from the scene. Officers immediately give chase. Stop running! Stop running! Foot pursuit through the parking lot. She just committed a crime. Resisting arrest. Evading arrest. What went wrong? Failure to follow clear commands. Every instruction ignored or half followed. Movement toward vehicle. The single most dangerous action during a weapon stop. Flight. Running from police is an automatic guilt indicator. What officers saw? Non-compliance during high-risk stop. Suspicious movement toward vehicle. Flight equals consciousness of guilt. Everything confirmed their worst fears. What she should have done. Follow every command exactly as stated. Move slowly. Keep hands visible at all times. Say clearly, I'm complying. I don't have a weapon. Walk backward as told. Never run from police. Legal reality. At second 60, she was potentially innocent. At second 90, she was definitely guilty. Crime committed, resisting arrest, obstruction, evading. Even if the weapon claim was 100% false. If stories like this matter to you, hit subscribe because we break down what happens when split-second choices go wrong. Now she's running. And what happens next? It gets worse. Much worse. Officer chases on foot through the parking area. Stop running, stop running. Commands continue. She doesn't stop, keeps fleeing. Other officers join the pursuit. Civilians watch in confusion. Every second she runs equals more charges. More danger. Officer catches up. Physical contact. Stop running. Final warning. She's brought to the ground. Use of force is justified here. Put your hands behind your back. She resists even on the ground. Keeps yelling. What I do? What I do? You're being detained, the officer says. Why? Why though? We were told someone had a gun. Nobody don't got no gun, she says. Are you going to calm down? She calms slightly but stays defiant. Hands placed behind her back. Handcuffs applied. She complains about the cuffs. Then she says, "You scary as mother effer." Making it worse with every word, officers must still check for weapons. She continues resisting verbally. "I don't got no search warrant though." Legal mistake. No warrant needed for weapon search during lawful detention. Officers explain, but she doesn't accept it. Her emotional state? Angry, defiant, mocking. She laughs at points. Bizarre reaction. She calls officers names continuously, shows no remorse or understanding. Scary and Uncle Tom. Inflammatory language. Officer professionalism. Despite insults, officers stay professional. Don't escalate with verbal responses. Focus on securing the scene and suspect. Call for female officer for the search. Follow procedure exactly. What made it worse? Continued resistance even after court. Adding more charges, verbal abuse of officers, destroying any goodwill, lack of understanding. She doesn't get the severity. Mockery and laughter suggests she doesn't take this seriously. False legal claims. No search warrant shows she doesn't know the law. Legal reality check. She's now committed multiple offenses. Original weapon claim. Doesn't even matter anymore. New charges, resisting, obstruction, evading, possibly assault on an officer. Each insult, not illegal but destroying her defense. Her attitude will be used against her in court. The twist? She wanted to prove innocence. Instead, she proved poor judgment, non-compliance, danger to public safety. A judge and jury will see this footage. Her own actions created her guilt. Type justice in the comments if you think she made the wrong choice. Now she's in handcuffs. Now she's asking why, but the why is about to get very clear. Officers escort her to the patrol car. She's still verbally fighting. Why y'all got me arrested? Somebody had a gun. The twist? She knows why but keeps asking. Officers stay patient but firm. Protocol says a female officer must search a female suspect. She mocks this. Why call the female cop? She doesn't understand professional standards. This isn't about gender. It's about policy and protecting everyone. Officer mentions searching her car. She responds, "I gave you my key. Ain't no weapon in the car." Important detail. She knows there's no weapon. So why did she run? That's the question everyone's asking. "Why the F I'm in handcuffs for?" she says. Officer explains, "I told you, investigation." She still doesn't get it. Resisting arrest is the crime now. Original claim is secondary. Her actions created new separate crimes. She mentions something about a hospital. "I never even broke in the hospital with a gun." Possible context. Original claim involved a hospital incident. She denies it. Maybe truthfully, but again doesn't matter anymore. She continues insulting officers. Scary mother effers. Uncle Tom references. Officers don't engage with insults. Professional restraint on display. Female officer does the search. You're under arrest for obstructing and resisting. This is the moment. Officers formally state the charges, not for a gun, not for threats, for her actions in the last 10 minutes. "Why though?" she asks. Officer explains, "Because you ran and didn't comply." She disputes. "I don't give an F about that." Exactly the wrong attitude, every word being recorded. Then the defiant declaration. "When they take me to jail, I'm going to bond out. I'll be out of jail today." She thinks this is no big deal. She doesn't understand. Criminal record, court dates, potential conviction. This isn't just bond out and forget. Officers complete the search. No gun found on her person, no weapon in vehicle. She was telling the truth about that, but it doesn't erase the crime she committed. 10 minutes later, she's placed in the patrol vehicle, seatbelt secured for safety. She's still making comments. "Hurry up, take me to jail." Acting like this is an inconvenience, not serious legal trouble. What this reveals? Complete lack of understanding. She doesn't get the legal consequences. Misplaced confidence. She thinks bonding out equals problem solved. Continued poor judgment. Every word makes it worse. Officers' patience despite abuse. They follow procedure, the tragic twist. She was innocent of the original claim, legal lesson time. Original crime alleged, threats with weapon. That was false. Crimes actually committed? Resisting, obstruction, evading. Those are true. She turned a false accusation into a real conviction, all because she wouldn't follow simple commands. Wait until you hear what happened next in court. The amount she had to pay? I'll tell you in just a second. If you want to see how this ends, keep watching because we're breaking down the legal consequences next. So now she's on her way to jail. She thinks she'll bond out and it's over, but this is just the beginning. Because that body cam footage, it's about to become evidence against her. Let's talk about the charges. Charge 1, resisting arrest. Legal definition, intentionally preventing a peace officer from making an arrest. What she did: failed to comply with commands, moved toward vehicle when ordered to walk backward, fled on foot when detained. Evidence: entire body cam footage. Potential penalty: misdemeanor or felony depending on location, fines from $500 to $5,000. Jail time up to 1 year. Probation possible. Key point: you can be charged with this even if the original arrest was wrong. Charge 2, obstructing official business. Legal definition: hindering law enforcement in lawful duties. What she did: refused clear commands during investigation, created a dangerous situation requiring a foot chase, took officer resources from other duties. Evidence: officer testimony plus video. Potential penalty: misdemeanor in most states, fines from $250 to $1,000. Jail time up to 6 months. Community service possible. Charge 3, evading or fleeing. Legal definition: running away from law enforcement during lawful detention. What she did: physical flight through parking lot, required officer pursuit, put public safety at risk. Evidence: chase captured on bodycam. Potential penalty: misdemeanor to felony, fines from $500 to $2,500. Jail time up to 1 year, makes other charges worse. Now here's the defense people try. But I was innocent. Why it fails? Legal principle. You can't be judge and jury on the street. Even if arrest is wrong, you must comply. Challenge it later in court, not during the stop. Fighting on the street equals automatic extra charges. System designed this way for officer and public safety. Supreme Court cases back this up. Exception only if excessive force is used. Verbal commands alone must be followed. I disagree with arrest is not a legal defense. What she should have done. Comply fully with all commands. State clearly, I don't have a weapon. I'm not a threat. Get arrested peacefully if officers insist. Call lawyer immediately after booking. Challenge in court with evidence of false claim. Sue if wrongful after cleared. The outcome of proper compliance. Detained for 30 minutes maximum. No weapon found equals likely release. No charges filed. Maybe an apology from the department. Possible payment if false report proven. Clean record maintained. The outcome of her actual actions. Multiple criminal charges filed. Bail or bond required. Cost $500 to $5,000. Court dates mandatory. Legal fees $2,000 to $10,000. Possible conviction on record. Employment consequences. Permanent criminal history. The math is simple. Her way, 60 seconds of resistance equals years of consequences. Right way, 30 minutes of compliance equals go home free. By the next morning, she learned the full cost. Bond set at $1,500. That means she pays $150 just to get out. Non-refundable. Then she needs a lawyer. That's another $3,000 to $5,000 minimum. Court costs, fines if convicted. Lost wages from missing work, transportation to court dates. Total potential cost, $5,000 to $20,000. And here's what people forget. This goes on your record. Background checks for jobs, rental applications, professional licenses. One choice, 60 seconds. Years of consequences. Let me know in the comments. Do you think the charges were fair or too harsh? Let's talk about what could have saved her. The compliance playbook. Step 1. Stay calm. Easier said than done. Take a deep breath when you see police lights. Remind yourself compliance equals safety. Turn off engine immediately when asked. Put phone in visible location like dashboard. Count to 5 before moving. Slows you down. Step 2. Hands visible at all times. Place both hands on steering wheel. Don't reach for anything without asking. Say, "Officer, my license is in my purse. May I reach for it?" Keep hands visible even when exiting vehicle. This single action prevents 90% of problems. Step 3. Follow commands exactly. Don't interpret. Follow literally. Step out means step out. Nothing else. Hands up means hands up. Don't explain yet. Walk backward means walk backward, not forward. Officer said it that way. Do it exactly that way. Step 4. Verbal compliance matters. Respond with "Yes, officer," or "I understand." Don't argue during commands. State clearly, "I don't have a weapon." State clearly, "I'm not a threat." Phrase to remember, "I will comply fully and address this in court." Step 5. Shut up. Seriously. After stating you have no weapon, stop talking. Say, "I want to speak to a lawyer." Then silence. Don't explain your innocence on the street. Don't tell your side yet. Everything you say will be used against you. Step 6. Accept arrest if it happens. Even if 100% wrong, let them arrest you. Handcuffs aren't convictions. Booking isn't guilt. You'll be released within hours if truly innocent. Fighting it makes temporary arrest a permanent record. Here's the script she should have used. When stopped, "Officer, I'm turning off the engine now. My hands are visible. What would you like me to do?" When weapon alleged, "Officer, I don't have any weapons. I'm not a threat. I will follow all your instructions." When told to exit, "Yes, officer, I'm opening the door slowly. My hands are up. I'm stepping out now." When placed in handcuffs, "I understand I'm being detained. I'm not resisting." Real-life success story. A man was falsely accused of armed robbery. Matched description. Wrong person. Police drew weapons, ordered him to ground. He complied fully despite being terrified. Held for 2 hours while ID was checked. Released with apology. No charges, clean record. Outcome? Inconvenient afternoon versus this woman's criminal record. Why compliance works? For your immediate safety, it reduces officer stress. Less likely to use force. Clear communication prevents problems. Following commands shows you're not a threat. 99% of compliance stops end peacefully. For your legal protection, video shows you did everything right. Officer has no basis for extra charges, lawyer has clean footage to work with. If original claim is false, easy to disprove in court. For your future, no criminal record, no legal fees, no court dates, no employment problems, no permanent damage. The bottom line is simple: 30 minutes of uncomfortable compliance or years of legal consequences. Your choice. But only one is smart. So what happened to her after the cameras stopped? She was booked into county jail that night, mugshot taken. That's public record now, fingerprinted, charges filed formally. Bond set at $1,500, held until bail posted or court appearance, personal items taken. Jail uniform. Reality hit hard. This was serious. Financial costs added up fast. Bond $1,500, 10% to bondsman equals $150 non-refundable. Lawyer fees $2,000 to $10,000 depending on charges. Court costs $200 to $500 in filing fees. Fines if convicted $500 to $5,000. Probation fees $40 to $60 monthly if sentenced. Lost wages from days of work missed. Transportation costs to court. Total potential cost $5,000 to $20,000. Legal consequences: if she pleads guilty, criminal record is permanent. Probation 6 to 12 months likely. Community service hours, possibly jail time 30 to 90 days. If she goes to trial, bodycam footage is the weapon against her. Her own words used. Jury sees her run, resist, insult. Conviction rate near 90% with video evidence. Employment consequences hit hard. Current job may fire her for arrest. Future jobs run background checks. Professional licenses could be gone. Certain careers permanently closed. Teaching, nursing, law, promotions denied due to criminal history. One decision equals career damage for years. Social consequences linger. Mugshot online forever. Public record sites never forget. Searchable by employers, dates, friends, social media exposure, community reputation damaged, family embarrassed. Relationship strain. If she had just complied, detained 30 to 60 minutes, no weapon found means released, no charges filed, no record, no costs. Go home same day, life continues normally. Total cost $0, 1 hour. Employment problems. Check. Permanent consequences. Check. Compliance choice. All of those? No. None of them. 60 seconds made the difference. Here's what you need to know. The street is not the courtroom. You don't argue your case during arrest. You comply now, fight later. The courtroom is where justice happens. The street is where safety happens. Resisting equals automatic guilt. Even if original claim is false, even if stop is wrong, even if you're 100% innocent. Resistance is a separate crime. You turn one problem into two. Body cams are everywhere. Your actions are recorded. Your words are evidence. Your attitude matters. Video doesn't lie. Juries believe cameras. False accusations do happen. Innocent people get stopped. Lies are told to police. But running confirms guilt in everyone's eyes. Compliance allows truth to come out. Resistance buries truth under new crimes. Know your actual rights. Right to remain silent? Yes. Right to lawyer? Yes, after arrest. Right to refuse searches? Sometimes, not during weapon checks. Right to resist arrest? No. Right to flee? Absolutely no. The ultimate question: what would you do? Imagine you're driving. Police lights behind you. You're pulled over. Officer says someone reported you have a weapon. You don't have a weapon. You're innocent. Officer commands, step out, hands up. Option A. You comply? Hands up, step out, get detained. No weapon found, released in 30 minutes. Go home, no charges. Option B. You panic, you run, you get caught, you get charged, you get a record. You regret forever. Which do you choose? Share this video if you think others need to see this lesson. So let me ask you, would you have the discipline to comply even if falsely accused? Would you trust the process enough to let it work? Would you value your freedom more than your pride? Because here's what's real. This isn't just entertainment. This happens every single day. People make this same mistake. People run when they should comply. People turn temporary problems into permanent records. Comment below if you believe compliance saves lives. If you think stories like this matter, hit that subscribe button. We're going to keep breaking down these cases. We're going to keep showing you what to do and what not to do. We're going to keep teaching these lessons. This isn't just about one woman who ran. This is about every person watching right now who might face this choice someday. And when that day comes, remember her. Remember this video. Choose compliance over consequences. Choose freedom over pride. Choose smart over strong. That choice is the difference between going home tonight and going to jail, the difference between a clean record and a criminal history, the difference between 30 minutes and 10 years. The choice is yours. Make it count. See you in the next one.